Hello and welcome to Orbiting Brick. And today's video, since the 10th anniversary of the release of Tantares was just a few days ago, I decided why don't I do some Tantares related stuff. So yeah, all the rockets and the majority of the parts on those rockets are mainly from Tantares in this video. And also, if you didn't hear the Dear Moon project, which, if you're watching this video, you know what that is. Basically, it was a plan to send some select tourists on a tourist plural on a trip around the moon in a starship. That got cancelled, and the announcement of the cancellation was again just a few days ago. I decided, why don't I send some Kerbals around the moon? Mon with a plan, with a real life plan. And so yeah, this was a real plan to do lunar tourism with a Soyuz spacecraft and a Block D tug with this additional habitation module on top of it. This consists of 2 launches, a Proton or possibly Angara with the Block D and habitation module, and a second launch of a normal Soyuz will then dock with the habitation module. Now, as you can see already, I'm well on the way with the Proton launch, and I actually had a bit of extra Delta V left over in the 3rd stage, and we'll be able to use that fuel for the journey to the Mon. So now we need to launch the Soyuz with the 3 crew on board. And for some reason this was unstable and prone to Kraken attacks. I had so many attempts at launching this. This was the only successful one. And I really wish the Tantares Soyuz update was out. Unfortunately, the R7 revamps that are currently underway are still not ready by the time of this recording. Which I'm just gonna say, I realize this video was out like an hour late, hopefully, because it's 2:31 on the day this video is supposed to be released, as I'm recording this. And yeah, some technical difficulties delayed the recording. Sorry about that. Anyways, for quality of cross on these Soyuz boosters, and we're aiming for a higher orbit than our target to achieve an optimal rendezvous. And while nothing's happening, you can see that nice revamped Soyuz spacecraft. I'm also joined by my dog, who has accidentally featured in a few videos before by barking very loudly in the background. Yeah, he's up in my room and refuses to leave, so he's currently by me. This is completely unrelated to the video, but again, much is really happening. I messed up the hot staging, as you'll see later in a few seconds. Honestly, I could talk about what this is based on. Honestly, I just found an article on this in, I believe, Popular Science, and I decided, hey, that sounds cool, and relevant to stuff I want to do. And I don't think anything's already been said about any possibility of this actually being done in real life. And I continue on with the real life proposal, or just going back to the actual mission I'm currently flying. Yeah, sorry, this commentary is a bit rough again. This is one take, and yeah, it's already a bit late. We're going about our normal rendezvous procedures. We're taking off relative velocity. We're a bit far away right now. I believe at this point we're over 12 kilometers away from the target, which is pretty far away for a normal rendezvous. But we're now burning towards the target. We should see that intersect to get closer. Any moment now. And I actually decided to plot a maneuver to actually ensure we get a close encounter. Also, I didn't even talk about the revamped Proton when it was on screen, but yeah, no, I really like it. It's way more detailed. It's still simple to build. Yeah, I approve of it. I have no idea what this commentary is devolving into. I'll go back to what's on screen. So we detach the Soyuz spacecraft from the Soyuz upper stage, and you can see the service module engine there actually has a cover on it. And so we can burn towards the target, which by now the batteries on it have died, so yeah, it's a passive target to dock to. Also, the Soyuz is not balanced for Kerbelism. I had to add tons of extra tanks for for life support equipment. Yeah, we will run out of battery. We will run out of electric charge very quickly, since our battery does not have enough capacity. So yeah, we need to be quick with this rendezvous, and also make sure we always have our solar panels orientated correctly, since they're not tracking. And so we continue to get closer to the target, and align ourselves with the docking port. And making a significant use of the RCS. So we continue to approach the target, and I keep messing up with the RCS, and also I'm not being exactly that precise with it. But slowly we're getting more aligned. You can see the probe on the docking port being extended. And accidentally started going away from the target briefly. But we continue to approach the docking port. That's why the RCS on this, there's no RCS to push this forward or prograde. So you have to use the main engine, which that makes this process more difficult, and accidentally oh yeah, and you saw what happened there. After a while we can actually dock. Maybe almost. There we go. And now we have the combined spacecraft. Now, I would do a nice free IVA tour of the this extended habitation module. However, Tantares IVAs, this the developer of Tantares, doesn't have time for IVAs, I assume, and so you know, the IVAs are very basic and don't work properly with a free IVA. Yeah, no tour for you. And so we're now just going to start our maneuver towards just our trans-lunar injection. Sorry, again, I can't speak right now, apparently, which is terrible considering I still need to record several minutes of this commentary. Yeah, this is split over 2 stages, since we had the extra fuel in the 3rd stage. And at this point, I don't trust the stages, so I have to manually detach the lower stage. And so we're now using some RCS to correct our maneuver, since for some reason the Block D upper stage engine only has 2 ignitions. Beautiful sunrise over Kerbin there. And pretty soon we'll do our mid-course correction. And since we had launched into an inclined orbit, which I neglected to mention that, yeah, I used a Tereshkova launch site from Drain SQ instead of a Gagarin launch site as I usually do, since I wanted the extra challenge of a inclined launch site. Well, it's not a launch site as inclined, it's at a higher latitude. But you get what I mean, I launched into an inclined orbit. Yeah, as we go away from Kerbin, we start to head towards the Mon, and I noticed the ignitions on our engine was getting a bit low, so did a kind of cheaty just EVA construction and inspection of the engine. Pretend you didn't see this, because this is not realistic. Really, if we're being realistic, the Block D engine should have significantly more ignitions than what it currently has, but the Kerbalism is weird. And so now we're inserting into orbit around the Mon. Since one variation of the real life proposal is to insert into a very high lunar orbit. Once again, apologies for how this poorly executed this commentary is. Again, it's already late and I'm rushing to get this done. But yeah, now that we're at the Mon, we can actually take some time to get some nice views of it. And so, after a while, we will start to plan our lunar escape burn. However, we're going to continue in orbit for a few more orbits. And I would have some nice IVA shots here. Again, Tantares IVAs are basic and they're basic and the windows don't really work properly. At least in the habitation module, which I probably should acknowledge. I believe it looks like it's based on the Pierce and Poisk module of the International Space Station. Well, Pierce was a former module. And yeah, I use the Pierce parts, which, I have very basic IVAs. And I have no idea where I started with this tangent. But yeah, so well now the Soyuz can continue back to Kerbin under its own power, and the Block D is on a trajectory to impact the lunar surface. So now we approach Kerbin, we can detach the habitation module, and shortly after that we'll detach the orbital module, after I check the life support real quick. As I will admit, there's some parts clipping on this because, again, Tantares does not support Kerbalism, so I had to clip some life support containers into the spacecraft to ensure our crew don't die, but the craft still looks correct. Now we can detach the orbital module, and I'll keep the service module attached a bit longer since we have a very limited batteries on the descent module. Now we can arm the parachute. And we continue to approach the atmosphere. Not much racing at this point. Just waiting for Reentry. And there goes the service module. My dog just sneezed. Again, I did not want him to be a co-host of this, but I guess that's what he wants to do. And now Reentry. You've seen a Reentry before. And a standard Reentry from a lunar orbit. Over the service module is it's doing some nice fireworks for us. I have no idea why it exploded so much. I didn't realize there were that many parts on it, but yeah. But the plasma is about to subside, and fairly soon we'll splash down because I didn't bother trying to get a trajectory that would take us over land. Now we continue to descend. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video despite how poorly done the commentary was. I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I'll wait flash down. Goodbye.